Hey everybody, how you doing? It's John Brewer here, Lake Ida Inventory Expert. And I've got another small business in the Delray Beach area. I tell you, one of the great things about doing this has been I've been able to get to know so many different people. And this is a great little space. We're going to show some photos of what's going on back here. It's right off of Federal Highway, right by Senior Burrito, just south of Atlantic Avenue. Anyway, it's my pleasure to have with me Rob Roa. Rob, what's going on, man?
Hey, what's up, man? Good to be here. Thanks for coming by.
Absolutely, man. You and I met a little while ago through social media, and we've kind of gotten to know each other. And being that I used to run nightclubs, and I did some restaurants here over at Max's Social House, which is actually where you DJ. Anyway, you've got this space. Maybe give the audience a little idea of what you're doing and what's going on. I just think you've got such a cool concept going on here, so let everybody in.
Sure, awesome. Well, Roundabout Records is a DJ and recording studio. What we do here is we offer DJ services to local businesses, nightclubs, events, bars, anyone that needs music, we got you. We're also a recording studio, so if you're a band or if you're someone looking to get your voice recorded, or perhaps you're doing a podcast or an audiobook, we do all kinds of stuff here, and we'd love to have you. We've been here now for about 4 years, and Delray's been really good to us. We love this city. There's so much talent all around us. I have clients that walk over here, and tons of people see the street sign on Federal and they're looking me up on Google. I even have people that walk in here and think I'm a record store because, my name is Roundabout Records.
Yeah.
It's pretty interesting.
They're looking for old vinyl?
They're looking for old vinyl. I'm not selling any of my vinyl.
None of this is going anywhere.
If you want to donate some records, I'll take them. Bring them on in.
What kind of records do you have up here? Is this all like old hip hop or disco? What do you got up here?
Oh man, I have a collection of just like mostly hip hop. I got some funk, some jazz, some disco, some rock, just like a pretty wide collection of music. I've been collecting music since I was a kid. Probably started when I was 12. My dad was a DJ, and he taught me. He said, buy the record and record the songs you want off of it. And that's kind of how I got into recording as a kid. I was making tapes, and throughout high school making mixtapes and selling them to all my friends, and that was kind of a thing. That's kind of how I got started with all this music thing as a DJ, and so records is
how many records do you have, do you think?
I probably have maybe a couple thousand.
Wow.
Probably about 2,000 records. This is just part of the collection here. I have another stack of records over there, and records at my house and my mom's house, and just records everywhere. I'll never get rid of them. I'll keep them forever.
And you've DJ'd a lot of local events around here. We were just talking about, because I was part of the opening team at Max's Social House.
Yeah.
And I believe the way that you and I got connected was the gentleman who came in after me, Bob Higginbotham.
Yep.
He brought you in for an event, and so you've spun at a lot of places around here. You want to let us know some of that?
Oh, yeah, I have. Definitely did a Wednesday thing at Max's Soho, and I believe that's how I met you and all the crew over there. Bob brought me in. I'm real grateful. We just did the Bar Brawls thing at Death or Glory, which was
you
super
spun for Bar Brawls?
Yeah, Bar Brawls was great.
That's funny, because I think I'm going to get Jessica.
Yeah?
The girl who won it. The young lady who won it.
She's awesome.
Yeah,
she killed it.
Great
She's
bartender.
such a humble person, such a great bartender, and she really crushed it this year at the Bar Brawls.
How was that event? What kind of music did you play for that event?
That was cool because there was different music themes for each night, and part of the contest was we'd pick a theme, and nobody knew about it until that night, and then all of a sudden you hear the song come on, and now you have to make a drink that kind of reflects the song that's playing. Yeah, so I think some of the themes we had were like
That's pretty funny.
It was cool. It worked out great.
Cool, yeah.
It worked out great. I think one night we did girl bands. We did what else did we do? We did like a ska punk night. We did a 90s hip hop night. All these different themes, and it really worked out great. The bartenders were real creative about coming up with a drink that kind of tastes like the vibe that you're hearing, and it was interesting. It was definitely fun, and I'd love to do it again.
Wow. And you're a former New York boy too. You're kind of like me, right? Kind of a transplant. I mean,
Yeah.
You came here a lot. You were really young.
I was young when I came here.
Yeah.
I'm originally
Your family
from
moved
Queens.
to Boca, or you're from Queens? You guys moved to Boca?
I'm from Queens. We lived in Miami for a little while.
I'm from Queens.
I'm
right?
from Queens. I'm from Queensbridge. Yeah. I'm from Queens, La Pequeña Colombia. I'm the first of my family born here in the U.S. So you're welcome to my parents. But I moved down here when I was 12, and it was like I felt like I was the first DJ in Florida. It was crazy. It was crazy. I was like 14 years old, DJing everyone's parties, loggers run, and just, you know, it's something I kind of knew all my life that this is what I wanted to do, and here I am.
Yeah. So you got a little more into it. Now you're producing. I notice here you got, what is that, Prologic or?
This is Studio One.
Studio One.
Studio One is great. I love it. It just has a real great workflow. This is my main software that I like to use to produce and record with. I come from a world of Logic X. That's really my main software, but transitioning over to this, because this is just new and fast. You can drag and drop things. I love it. It's just, it really works for me.
So you're doing a lot of arranging. Have you worked with a lot of different acts or singers or?
I have.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have. I've done some great projects in here. One project that was really near and dear to me was the Corey Jones project. I don't know if you know the story about Corey Jones, but you know, it was fortunate what happened to him. And Eric Perna, who's my neighbor over here at Salon Resta, he came in and he's like, "Hey man, I got these drums, man. You know, this is Corey's last drums that we recorded before he passed, man. Can you do something with this?" And I'm like, wow. "Oh man, yeah, just give it to me, man. I'd love to do something with it." And I took those drums, loaded them up in Studio One, and beefed them up and made them sound real fat and juicy, and gave them back to him. And they were like, I get goosebumps talking about this because it's so crazy. And they were like, "Oh my God, this is awesome." So what ended up happening is we took those drums and we recorded the rest of the parts to the songs that those drums were. Like those drums were really just one section of the song that was recorded. So we took those drums and recorded all the rest of the parts and kind of completed the songs, and we recorded this whole album, the Corey Jones project. And it was just a real great thing to be a part of. I felt like, you know, in a way we continued his legacy, and, you know, he lives on through this music. And, you know.
And for those who don't know, I mean, help me out. I mean, I definitely followed it. Corey was coming home late one night and car stalled out on I-95, and I guess he was walking around. I've seen the video, and it was police officer pulls up out of nowhere, not in an official car, not dressed, and Corey had his gun on him, which you're allowed to, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
And he had kind of walked in and was coming back, and the police officer didn't identify himself, didn't say anything, and basically shot him.
Yeah, it was crazy.
It was ridiculous, and he did get put in jail. He did get put away. So accused and was found guilty. But it was a tragic event, man. And I know so many people in the music scene knew him, and he was just so well respected, and everybody had a great feeling about Corey. And I know the vegetarian restaurant too.
The New Vegan.
Yeah, the New Vegan. His family. Just a sad event. So, but did I miss anything there as far as what happened, or
no? I mean, you know, it was in trial for a while, for a year, a couple of years, and finally, you know, justice was served, and you know, it's sad what happened, you know, but I'm grateful that I got to be a part of that project.
Yeah.
I felt like, you know, it was a good feeling for me to kind of bring that sound back to life, you know, and
and then
cool. You know, it's a great
was
album.
Was it a full drum set or bongos? What was
it? It was a full drum set. Actually it wasn't a. It was just like a decent kit, you know, just like maybe like a 4 or 5 piece kit. You know, the drums sounded great. I think Eric Perner captured the drums on like a Zoom recorder, and I was like, "Oh, this is awesome. This is," you know, I'm listening to him and I'm like, "Oh man, this stuff is great." You know, I was vibing to it, and I beefed them up, put some compression on them, EQ'd them, and just made them sound real nice. And then like that spawned a whole album, you know, where these guys came back in, and we spent a few months in here. That was kind of like one of the first projects I did when I moved into the studio.
He's got a band too, right? So did they add other parts to it? Did everybody kind of throw in parts? Or
yeah, they came, cool. We laid down bass, guitar, vocals.
Cool. You know, we'll throw a link in here if you've got it up.
Oh yeah.
If I can get it on YouTube, we'll throw a link down below so you guys can check it out. It'll be down below here for people to check out and listen. I know I'm going to check it out. It's something definitely I'll look into. So you've got a recording studio next door.
Yep. I have a whole booth that I built. Originally when I moved in here 4 years ago, it was just this space, and I took a section of this room and created my little booth. And then about about a year ago, I took over the space next door and created an entire live room. You know, I spent, you know, a lot of blood, sweat, and tears to get this room ready, but it just sounds so good now. You know, you go in there and it's a vibe. Anything you do in there just sounds great, and gives me plenty of room to record bands, to do podcasts, I can do all kinds of stuff in that room and just capture an awesome recording.
So if somebody wanted to come in here and say record a podcast, do they need to bring any equipment or anything like that, or just bring the material and whoever they want to interview with, and you've got everything else ready to go? Yeah,
just bring your ideas and bring your content. You know, bring your laptop and we'll get it recorded. You know, podcast is like a big thing that's happening right now. I'm getting tons of calls for podcasts, tons of calls for audiobooks. I got Dr. Spodak coming over here tomorrow to record his audiobook. Pretty excited about that.
That's great.
You know, I've had some real great clients in here. I just a few months back, I recorded Dick Morris, who was he was the right hand to Hillary Clinton for a while.
Okay, yeah.
So he did his audiobook here, and he was telling some interesting stories about that.
So wait, so that means that's pretty high level stuff. I mean, I know Craig and Dr. Craig, and I know who you're speaking of. So are these people that live around here that are finding you now, or are these people that are, does Mr. Morris live in town, or?
They all live in town.
Yeah,
there's so many people that live in town, and they need a good space to come and record or just come vibe. You know, I have lots of bands coming in here and using my space for rehearsal, which is great. It's a great space to just come and vibe. You know, you come in here, and I created this space in a way. You know, I was very mindful of the colors and the vibe, so that when you come in here, you feel real inspired. You know, if you could see, I don't know if you can see the walls in here, but they're an orange color. The reason I picked this color is because it's the color of the chakras that inspires creativity. So think about that.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
He's on it.
Yeah.
I thought it was the Miami Dolphins because you got turquoise in there too. So
it kind of has that vibe going. Yeah, it's kind of turquoise and teal in there.
Yeah.
But I had I consulted with my video guys about, you know, what's a good color that works with everyone's skin tone, and that's kind of part of the reason why it's got this cool blue, turquoise-ish teal color in the live room over there. We kind of call it the blue room now.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I think just what you're talking about really kind of shows like your attention to detail, which I'm sure is something that you bring to your music producing.
Thank my mom for that. You know, I'm a Virgo. You know, I definitely I'm very organized when it comes to, you know, my music and just my space and just, you know, my life and my thoughts. You know, I think it's important that I have organization, or, you know, whenever things are a mess, that doesn't work for me.
Right. So what have you got anything going on right now as far as production wise or DJing wise? Any events coming up that we should know about?
Well, I do want to mention that I have a new song coming out. It's called Curvy Party. It's a dance hall kind of tropical song, which is coming out October 18th on my record label. Roundabout Records is also a record label and publishing company.
Cool.
So, you know, a lot of times people will come in here and record, and, you know, if I like what you're doing, I might sign you and put your music on Spotify. You know, so that's something else that I'm doing. Yeah, lots of great songs coming out. I have several songs coming out next month, and just be on the lookout for some tunes coming out of the studio.
All right. Well, we'll drop your YouTube site in here, so if people want to click on and subscribe, I know that always helps out.
Sure. Check out my SoundCloud.
SoundCloud
Real big on SoundCloud. YouTube, not so much.
What's the handle on SoundCloud?
On SoundCloud, it's Roundabout Records.
Roundabout Records.
You can find me on SoundCloud, Roundabout Records. I also have a ton of DJ mixes that you can listen to on Mixcloud. You can check me out on Mixcloud. It's DJ Fono, DJ Fono.
Where'd that name come from?
DJ Fono, okay? Fono is short for phonograph.
Right.
Okay? But I don't spell it with a PH. I spell it with an F because Latinos don't really know how to pronounce the PH, you know, so it's F-O-N-O.
Phonograph?
Yeah. So it's, you know, I've always been a fan of brevity, you know, like, you know, my name's Rob, you know.
Like the Big Lebowski.
Short thing, you know, Phono, kind of, you know, like Polo, you know, exactly.
Yeah,
so
great.
I'm DJ Fono, you know, that's my
Phono.
Artist name. You can look up my music on Google or, you know, wherever, and Yeah, man.
Cool.
Awesome.
Cool. So I just realized I'm gonna start asking people questions. So what's your favorite restaurant around here? Where's the place where your go-to dining out place? I'm gonna put you on the spot.
Okay. Well, one of my go-tos lately is I really like Eat Thai. I love going to that place, man. It's like one of my
just past Linton on Federal there, right past Chick-fil-A and Burger King.
Right next to the Burger King, right next to Fusion Chiropractor.
Okay.
It's awesome. One of my favorite things that they have there, or just one of my favorite things in the world, is their Thai ginger tuna ceviche. Oh my gosh, it's so good. The acid, they serve it on these little what is it called? Like these little crispy rice crisps things, and then when you put it on there, you can just hear the acid just sizzling and bubbling. Oh my god, such a treat. I can eat. I'm going there after this.
Sounds good.
For sure.
Man.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Thai food.
What about bars? Any bars you like?
Bars? Well, my favorite bar definitely by far is Death or Glory. Yeah, for sure. They're
good people.
They've put me on to some great drinks there. Ever since I did the bar brawls thing, my drinking knowledge has elevated.
Right.
Now I'll go to the bar and order something like a Boulevardier or something.
What the hell is that?
It's like a kind of old fashioned. I really don't even know what's in it, but all I know is that it's really good.
It's good.
It's a whiskey drink.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, you're getting into whiskeys now.
Oh, I love whiskeys.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? There's a place over here on Federal called it's called Izakaya.
Yes.
Beg for more.
Yes.
And they have an amazing selection of Japanese whiskeys, which is something I kind of discovered recently.
Wow. Been meaning to get over there.
Oh, that place is great. Every time I go in there, I feel like I'm in New York. I feel like I'm in Chinatown or Koreatown. There's just that vibe where you get the small plates coming out with the fried octopus or the salmon tacos, and just the drinks, and the vibe is just incredible.
That's cool, man. That's really cool.
Yeah.
All right, so this is Rob Roa. He's over here at Roundabout Records. He's on SoundCloud, Mixcloud,
Check
DJ
out my
Fono.
website.
We'll check out the website. We'll put all the links down below for you guys. Dude, thanks a lot for having us down here. If you're a band and you're looking for a place to rehearse, to record, or if you're an artist and you're looking for a place to mix, I know you do some arrangements as well.
Yeah.
You'll help, if you've got an idea in your head, just a couple of chords and some lyrics, he'll help you turn it into whatever you want to turn it into. If you got a podcast you want to record or anything like that.
Or if you're having a party, if you're having a Halloween party or a holiday party coming up, definitely hit me up. I got all the DJ service. I have all the lighting. I have entertainers. We can just put our heads together. We're a real creative group here, and we'd love to just make your event unique, and let's have some fun.
Well, everything I've seen you do has been top-notch and professional, so it's nice to have somebody like you in town like this. Some people might not know that you're here, so if anybody has any recording needs, any entertainment needs, here's your guy right here. Anyway, I appreciate your time, man.
Awesome. Thanks, John.
Thank you, buddy.
Appreciate it, man.
All right.